All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon or good evening, everyone, depending on where you're at in the world. James with Team Finish Strong here today, hopefully to not get my butt kicked in the USA Cycling's League race that's happening today. I decided to go ahead and give it a try and test my mettle against some of the best Swifters out there at the CCAT. See if my fitness is ready for it or not. We'll find out. But so that will be underway in about 10 minutes. Trying to get warmed up here. The legs don't feel good. I feel a little nervous today, more so than usual. So I don't know if that's going to work for me or against me today. But I have I can have a gel in the back pocket in case I need it. We'll see. I'm gonna break out the gels now. But yeah, this race is a pretty big deal. It's a league that's been going on for several weeks, and as I've mentioned in earlier broadcasts, I have missed out on really being in any sort of contention for the event as in the overall standings. So I've just been kind of watching from a distance. And I'd like to try it at least once. I'm not at the front here. I should have joined earlier. But we got a crowded field today, a very stacked field. And so I am predicting it's kind of an interesting course. Let me before I give my prediction, let me just say the course is a rather interesting course. It's a Libby Hill after party. I think I said it right. The Libby Hill after party. And you might be wondering, well, how is that a course in Richmond? Because the course itself is so small. So what they're doing is they're doing 4 or 5 laps around the pan flats. And then after you've gotten busy doing that several times, they send you on down the hill towards Libby Hill where the race will finish up. So given that, it's going to be mostly flat with one short punchy climb. I will probably predict that the heavyweight riders, the ones that are pushing out 300 plus watts at 3 watts a kilo, those are probably going to make the lightweights suffer on the flats and maybe even the downhill too, I don't know. And hopefully take them out of contention or soften their legs up enough so that they're not effective at the end. As for me, I am not a heavyweight and I'm not a lightweight. So I guess that puts me in a probably a little bit better position today to be there near the end than maybe some of the lightweight riders. But if they can make it to the end, then it's just a matter of how much suffering on that last 5 minutes they're going to put us through once it starts climbing. I don't know. I don't know if they'll go early. Try to get as much advantage as they can, or if everybody's pretty much just going to do a sprint up the cobbles. So I don't know. If that's the case, I think it's about about a 1 minute effort, a little over a minute effort. So it'll be a lot of suffering. I know that for sure. A lot of suffering. Well, so hopefully I'll be there at the end. Maybe even see myself cross the finish line in time to get a podium spot. I don't know. There's just too many folks here. There's VCAT riders here that clearly aren't looking to get a standing in Zwift Power. Maybe want to get, I don't know, some TV time. Who knows? But so we'll just see. I don't know how much suffering we're going to go through before we get to the end, for the finale. It's been a crazy day for me just to get to this point. Work's been crazy today, so I have a long night ahead of me for sure. But we get this little diversion from the real world, right? Especially when we need it. So praying, Lord willing, I'll get a good result today. If not, it'll be good training and it'll give me some exposure to some of the heavyweights in the CCAT. Now, the CCAT is an interesting category. If you're not a part of the CCAT or haven't been a part of the CCAT very long, that actually kind of explains a little bit about the nature of the CCAT, and that is it's sort of a transitional category. You see folks, sometimes they've just signed up for Zwift, they're still on the default bike, the default kit, and they join their first race as a CCAT and win it. And I've seen that. And then there's some folks that have stuck around for a while. This is where they've settled in. But for the most part, it's a category in transition. You see folks that move up through the ranks and then beyond to higher cats typically. As someone who's 50, I think I've found my place here in the CCAT. Hey Greg, thank you. I appreciate it. As always, I'm going to need it. Always going to need some well wishes for these races because they're never easy. They're never easy. Even when you can get on the podium a good percentage of the time, it's still a lot of suffering. Still a lot of suffering. So we'll see how much I'm going to inflict on myself today. I don't know. I don't know if my training was very specific the last week or two. I've been kind of moving away from these shorter crit style, intense style rides to longer efforts, as you guys know, with these weekend rides. So I could actually, I don't know, be hurting myself to a certain degree in terms of my performance on these hour or less efforts. But so if that's the case, well, we'll just have to settle for that, because this summer is has a different agenda for me. This is more of a fun race for me. Obviously, I have no ability to get on the overall standings at this point, but it'd be nice to see if I can hang with these fellows and ladies. There's ladies out here in the CCAT too. Even though there's a women's race, there's a women's version, but there's some ladies out here racing with the boys. So, all right, we'll have to contend with all of that in 3 minutes, no less. Wow, that's a full pen there. They might have to extend this. I don't know what it is, parking garage or something, for add some more spaces for these riders. 70, 79 and growing. So it's going to be a big blob. It's going to be tough for anybody to get away on the flat. Hopefully, the folks up front will be smart enough not to try to chase any flyers down who are looking to try to tease people into blowing up. I don't think we have as well organized a teams here in the CCAT, but you just might get a flyer or two who are willing to sacrifice themselves to be out front, and hopefully the peloton will have the wisdom to not chase that down. I wish my heart rate was just a little bit better. It seems like it's a little on the high side. It's a little on the warm side here in South Carolina today. Trying to get it cool enough for race temperature, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'll get some heat adaptation too while I'm at it. As usual, be screaming out the start, more so because there's so many. Try to break this big blob up into little blobs. So I'm thinking, because it's a sanctioned event that with USA Cycling, that it's probably mostly all C riders. I'm hoping. I think if I stay with the lead group, it will be a wise choice, albeit a very tough choice, but probably a wise one. So we'll see. I think I'm going to have the fan on max from the start here. And no power-ups, right? I don't think there's power-ups today, if I recall. So I don't have to worry about the space bar. All right, folks, here goes. Yes, they are, Dave. I couldn't agree more. Do these things have sprint points? I think they do, right? Is it first through or fastest through? I don't know. Okay. I've been above threshold the whole time. I don't know how long I can hold this. Not sure how many laps of this we got to do. My heart rate is not consistent with how I feel right now. I'm not sure what that means. It's lower than it should be. Thank you, Greg. So far, I feel I can hang. Unless they attack really hard. Still nervous. Waiting for the shoe to drop. Might have a break starting here. Yep. See if we can help it break. Definitely felt that one. keep it steady. No dropouts. They're really playing nice now. Probably getting ready for another attack. Looks like we broke off some riders that last lap. Thank you, Alondra. Just try and keep it steady on the flats. All the work's coming at the end. All the suffering's coming at the end. At least I hope. Thank you, Darren. Not sure how many of these we got left. Stringing out. Sorry, Banditi. Not trying to help you. Feels like they've slowed the pace down just a little bit. Yeah, they definitely have. Maybe trying for one last attack before the downhill. I'm guessing this would be the last loop. I'm guessing. how many laps it is, Greg. We got one more, or is this the last one? I know it says, sorry, Greg, I know it says one lap. I'm trying to figure out how many times around the pan flats we got left. You think this is it? We're going to head downhill? I guess we'll find out. So I guess we'll figure out up here if we're taking a left turn or a right turn. I'm guessing right. Yep, last one. Okay. Here comes the pain. All right, here we go. Good job on the folks that rode that one out to the end. This is a short one. All right, hope that was enough rest. I predict the lighter ones will go earlier, the heavier ones will wait to the end. It's a little different. I don't remember this hill. They did a great change here. At least I think they did. Thank you, Greg. If it'll come down to that, it's going to be a long sprint, probably. It's a KOM finish. On the first climb. Here we go. Well, I think my prediction was accurate. Let's see. '13th, not the worst, not the best. Sorry, give me a second here. Get through these. Didn't have the legs for the long sprint, unfortunately. Not a bad finish though, out of however many came today to the party. as you guys know, climbing is not my thing. Put me in a traditional sprint, and I'll be all right. But that climb was more like having really good 1 to 2 minute power, which I don't have. So, but that concludes this live stream with USA Cycling and Finish Strong. Oh, wasn't too bad. The flat parts are manageable, but like I said, I just haven't really improved my 1 minute power and 2 minute power good enough to really stand out in those kind of finishes. But hey, it's good training. Folks, I appreciate everyone who joined. Alondro, appreciate you joining us today and in the chat. Same thing, Greg. Anyone else who may have joined in, take care. God bless. We'll see you on the next live stream. And as always, finish strong. Take care.